Elvira here. I wanted to give you guys an information video of how I started. And basically, how I started is that, and you can see here in this video just how tiny I am. And basically how it all started is that in December 2017, before that, I was getting really sick. Nobody could figure out what was wrong with me, but I knew I was dying. And knowing you're dying is probably the most awfulest thing you'll ever feel. And I was like, I would go to the doctors, they'd give me medicine, but it didn't work. And so it was like, what could this be? Well, then I laid down one night like this, and I couldn't breathe, my heart. And so it was like, And I knew at that point I was dying. My heart was giving out. So I contacted a client, a friend of mine, and not a client. I'm so used to working at my work today. I contacted a doctor, and he said he looked at me and checked everything. He said, "You're just too effing fat." He said, "If I don't get this weight off by spring of 2018 or start to get it off, I was going to die." Well, then I started taking Fit-Team. Okay, I'm following their diet to a T. I'm not losing any weight. It's like, whoa, what is wrong here? I should be losing weight. I'm not hardly eating 1,300 calories. I'm starving, and I'm not losing weight. Well, come to find out, guess what? I decided I'm going to get a trainer and work out. Maybe I need to exercise is what I thought. So I go ahead and I called different places, and this one place I contacted, they're like, "Yeah, come check our facility out." Okay, so I did. I said, I really like this. They gave me 2 free days. I said, "Sign me up." Well, then I started working out with different trainers. Well, I finally hooked up with Dan, and Dan would end up being my main trainer. After 3 months, they closed the facility because they said they weren't getting enough business, so we were going to their other facility. So Dan's like, "You're with me, we're covered." Well, I go to this new facility. Boy, everybody's fit, and I'm like, here I am really fat, and I'm thinking, oh, geez, what are people going to think of me, blah, blah, blah. I was so blessed. I stayed myself. I didn't really talk to anybody because I was scared. Here I am, 200 and some pounds. Not like 170, right now. It's like I'm huge, and I can't even wear work clothes. I'm workout clothes. I'm wearing sweatpants and sweats, because I'm so fat. And I was like, okay. And then I met Andrew, and he scared me just as much as Dan did at the time because, I'm learning people. I've only been working out 3 months, and we go to a new facility. All these people are fit, lifting weights, and here I am. Honey, I'm 200 at that time. I was 265 when we went to the new facility. So I was like, what the hell am I going to do, People were nice to me, though. They were like, "Hey, Sherry, hey, you can do this. Hey, you can do that." And they're like, "You can do this." Then I thought to myself, you know what, Elvira, you can do this. You can do this. So then I would get different things, different things I had to do, and I'd get upset with myself. Well, finally, at the end of 2018, I got out of I was 200 and some pounds. And I was like, dang, I never got in. 2019, I was when I started getting into the 100s. Before that, I was fluctuating between 199, 200, blah, blah, blah. Then I still stayed with Dan as a trainer, and then we had to move facilities again in 2019. And Dan's like, "You got it covered." And Dan pretty much saved my life because he's an excellent trainer. He's hard on me, but he has to be because that's how you get better. And without having a good trainer, you're not going to get that far. Well, then when we went to the new facility, they don't have boot camp, so that's when I hooked up with Andrew for 2 days. So Andrew's the 2 days I would do like if I was doing boot camp. And he's the same way. He'll be like, "Pick that shit up." And Dan will be like, "Get your ass moving." And the other day I was like, I had to do these bear crawls, 40 yards in my circuit. And I was ready to kill him. And I said, "Yeah, we have a love-hate relationship here." And they all laughed. And he says, "Well, you're a good-looking bear." I'm thinking, I'm ready to die because, I had 20 calories on the bike. 40-yard bear crawl, 10 med ball throws with a 40-pound ball, one, two over your shoulders. Then you had 30 seconds on a skier, 95-pound deadlift 10 times, and a farmer's carry or a plate carry, 45 pounds in each hand. You got to go from one end of the gym down to the other and back without dropping. Chalk works the best. So I was ready to kill him, and I was like, yeah. And he's like, I told him I was dying, and he's like, good, and stuff. But if it wouldn't have been for this doctor telling me that I was too effing fat, I'd be dead right now. Then on top of it, something told me to get a trainer. And when I did, I just happened to call this facility out of the phone book, and I always believe in the higher power and God and the angels, and I truly believe this, that God wasn't ready for me to go home. That's how I found Dan. And with Dan, he's an exceptional trainer. He is great. And I couldn't be without Dan, because I would not be where I am today if it wasn't for Dan being my trainer. And he's the one that makes my workouts. And believe me, he gets tough on me, but it makes me better, because when I go with Andrew, I get to lift weights. That's something I never got to do, but I always wanted to do it. I get to lift weights. This week on a rack pull, I did 205, one pull, and then 215, 225. It wasn't moving, honey. Havara's like, this ain't moving. And then I did a deadlift, 175, 3 times. One, pick up twice, take a couple minute break, pick it up again. So, I'm really blessed, because the 2 days I couldn't work out, I work out 6 days a week. That's how I did it. Then what we did, because Andrew's schedule, I went to Andrew and I said, Andrew, I'd like to work out with you 2 days a week. And I told Dan that, I said, Dan, look, I said, we don't have any boot camps. I'm losing 2 days. And he knew that. And he knew where I had been, that I didn't want to lose what I had worked for. And so Andrew's like, yeah, I can put you in. So I get 2 days with him. So instead of what we did, because of the way their schedules work, I work Monday through Thursday with Dan, 10 to 11. But I get there early because I have to do treadmill a mile in 15 minutes, and then I got to do stair stepper, which is 63 flights in 15 minutes is 1,000 some steps. Sometimes I get 64 flights in 15 minutes. Then I work, and what I do is I work out with Dan. I either do one or the other, and then after workout, I'll do the other one. So you either do treadmill or stair step or whatever is available, and then whatever one you did do, you do after workout. Then on Tuesday and Thursdays, I work out with Dan from 10 to 11, but then I work out with Andrew from 8 to 9. So I get up at 5 in the morning, because I have a half-hour drive to the facility. Then I get there, I do one or the other, the treadmill or whatever, and then whichever's open, work out with Andrew. Then I take a break, I'll do the stair step or treadmill, whichever one I didn't do, and then I wait for Dan. Now on Tuesdays, I automatically start my warm-up with Dan. I already know I got legs or whatever, I got to do squats. And it's part of my routine. And then on Thursdays, it's circuit. I die. I bitch. Yeah, I do bitch. Because he kills me. And I tell him I'm dying. And he's just like, well, you could die when you're done. And it's like, thanks. And then all the other trainers are like, you got this, man. You got this. Good job, And they call me a little beast over there. But I'm the one that made the decision to do the 6 days, because we were in a competition last year, and you had to go all the time. And the more times you went, you would get, I paid for it, so I got 4 days training and then 2 days boot camp. Well, when I did the 2 days boot camp and I did the 4 days training, Dan noticed it helped me a lot. He goes, Sherry, he says, really helped me. So it worked, It worked because it's like, you know what? It worked. And it was like, great. So I decided, you know what? I'm going to keep that. I keep that regiment every week. Monday through Thursday, I work out 6 times a week. Do I like getting up? No. But you know what? I get up. I get my ass out of bed, and I get over there and do what I have to do. And if I'm just a little tired, I close my eyes and run on the treadmill. And sometimes when I do get tired and lazy, Dan will catch it. Hands off the rails. It's like, come on. And then Andrew will catch me. And it's like, seriously, dudes? You guys got eyes in the back of your heads is what I tell them. But they're awesome trainers. You couldn't ask for better trainers. And I get compliments all the time about how my trainers are the greatest. People tell me all the time. And I'm very blessed, because without that, I'd probably be dead. And whatever reason God had me go to that facility where Dan was, a trainer, I'm very grateful every day, because Dan, being my main trainer, saved my life. I have so much energy. I have I'm more healthier. I don't have the ear infections like I used to. I don't have the vertigo. My legs don't hurt. My feet aren't swollen. I don't have breathing problems. I can lay on my back now, I can hold my head high, knowing that I'm a beautiful person inside and out. And when I go places, people say, like even at the gym, people will say, hey, good job, hey, lady, how you doing, everybody's friends there. Nobody put me down when I was so heavy. Nobody cared, because we're all there to get better. We're all there to get healthy and stay healthy. That's the main goal. And you have to take the initiative to say, hey, you know what? I want this. I'm special. I'm number one. Because if you're not going to put yourself first, you're not going to make it. You're going to end up like me. Do I ever thought I'd be 310 pounds? No, but I did. And you want to know something? It almost cost me my life. I was dying and nobody knew why. Here, it was obesity. Being too damn fat. I don't care anymore if I don't have friends. I don't care if I can't go out to eat. Because you know what? My cooking show, I show you how to eat healthy, how to count calories, what's good to eat, what's not. That's what counts. Us people in the U.S. are the most fat people, the biggest fat people in the world. And look at me now. Look at me now, how gorgeous I am. Look at that. That is something to be proud of. That is something I'm proud of. Because Dan has worked with me, this is my third year, and second year with Andrew. Andrew did the boot camp, so I've only really worked out with Andrew on a one-on-one basis probably 2 years. And you want to know something? I don't mind paying them. What I pay them saves my life, because I put myself number one. My job's not number one. My clients aren't number one. I am. I'm number one. I come first. ELYVIRA'S first. You want to know something? Elvira is first. Work clients second. My clients know that during the day, they know my schedule, and I've told them, when you almost die and you give up, and there was times I couldn't afford to work out because I had things going on. You know what? I make sure that they are paid every month before the due date, because those trainers saved my life. And you want to know something? Anybody can afford a personal trainer. You just got to say, hey, look, I'm number one. I can do this. And it's not as much as expensive as you think, because your health and you are worth it. If you think you're not worth it, then what are you living for? You want to live. You want to enjoy life. Life's short. And that year in 2017, when I was sick all the time and I knew I was dying, I seen all these people that I loved, that were my friends and family, die. And I knew I was right behind them. But you want to know something? I'm here. I'm living proof that if you eat healthy, put yourself number one, and work out. You don't need surgery. You don't need that. You just make it work. And can you? Yes. It's not hard to do. You just have to do it. And I didn't put that in my information video last week, but this is how I started, because I was dying and I knew it. All from being obesity. And you want to know something? I don't miss those days. I don't miss being fat. I don't miss being sick. I love who I am. I'm a gorgeous lady, and I deserve a life. And that's what I'm doing. I don't care what people think of me. I don't care what they say. Because you know why? They don't pay my bills. I'm number one. I come first. And my workout is important to me. That is the most important thing to me. I make sure I get up. There are times I don't want to because our weather's severe. I get my ass up and I go. I just pray to God and the angels to get me there. Does he get me there? Yes, he does. He always provides for me. And you want to know something? I prayed that night I wasn't going to die, because I have 3 little fur babies who are my babies. I love to death. They're my cats. And you know something? Nobody was there to take care of them. So either I got off my ass and figure out what to do, or I'd be dead. And I'm living proof that if I can do it, you can do it. Put yourself number one and go forward. Eat healthy. Work out. God bless everybody. Now you know the real reason of why I went and did what I did. Keep watching my show. Keep eating healthy. See you soon. Love you all. Bye.